Well, I gave a short presentation and participated in a panel discussion on going from virtual architecture to the actual, as described. So a discussion on how you actually get that idea put into action. When you put a building together, it doesn't matter how thorough you've been in predicting what's going to happen, there's always going to be a surprise. In our case, in the cluster that I've been involved in, we've been looking at the uncertainty of being able to predict the thermal performance of facades. So we've been comparing physical facade prototypes, measuring them with a thermal camera, and then doing predictive modelling and getting very surprising results, which of course proves the uncertainty of the situation. I think the challenge is digital assembly. There's broad agreement that there's still a long way to go before we can have assistance in assembling things from the digital environment. When we see robots busy away putting a car together, as architects we think, so why can't we put buildings up like this? And the reason is that the robots are being programmed to do the same door, the same way every day that they're on the job. Whereas for architects are those whose clients want their buildings to be unique, and it may well mean that every single door and every single window is unique. So you need a robot that's clever enough to understand what the difference is. That you don't have to code it, it should be able to learn a little bit about the task while it's doing it. For myself and colleagues, our goal is to be part of a movement that culturally enriches society with better design buildings, but at less cost. It's not just about producing great buildings that have a great effect. It's that plus you're doing it for less and less each year. And the ideal thing would be a building that's carbon neutral, that will last its life and then return to the earth in some useful way. I've been at Smartgeometry from the beginning. Every year is better than the last, but every year is completely rewarding. I think it's an organisation that understands the dynamic of the environment it works, understands that it needs to shift and stay ahead. I don't think there's any chance of Smartgeometry just becoming this fossil.